the last session we have seen how to use the logical operators as well as what is the importance of the indentation in Python. So now we will execute this program and then we will see what is the problem we can face if we execute the program. Let's run the program now. So I have not changed anything, just rerun the program so we can sync in going forward. Okay, let's start. So run the program. So I am entering my name. Then here by using the random function, system will select the bot seed number. So let's say already bot seed number system has selected as 4. Now if I will select as 4, at that point the program will be terminated. Let's assume that I will select as 4. What will happen? The message is showing us that seed has already or has been already booked and the program has been terminated. But system is not asking if the seed has been already booked, what is my new seed number? Right? So that's the problem we have currently in the program. So how can we resolve this one? We can resolve this one using the looping concept. So for today's session, we will learn how to use while loop as well as how to use the for loop. So for first, to resolve the first problem, we can use the while loop here. Let's see what will happen. So here, what I can do, I can write the while block. So while loop syntax is that I can write that while, then I can put the condition. Now, what is while loop? While loop will iterate until the condition is met. So until the condition satisfied, at that point or until that point, while loop will be executed. So here, let's assume that I will declare one variable. Let's say while execution flag. So this flag, so what I'll do, I will declare the variable first. Let's say execution flag equals to true. Now, when this flag will be true, at that point, or until this flag will be true, at that point while loop will be executed. The syntax is that we'll write while, then put the condition, then put the colon, then we need to hit the enter. So when I will put the enter or hit the enter, you can see same logic is there, or same concept is there, that is the indentation. We don't need to put any brace or bracket. The indentation is defining the code will be executed in the particular block. So here what I will do, I will copy this the entire code in the if block and I will paste here after the while indentation. Okay, so for now, instead of copy paste, I can just click on backspace, or I can copy paste now. Let's say Ctrl X. Now I can paste here. So now enter block, enter if else or logical operator execution will be executed under the while block. Okay, so until the execution flag will be true, that block will be executed. Now you can see, if you run this program, what will happen? It will never be terminated. That is also one of the issue. Let's see. So let's say SP. Now the bot seed number, if I enter 9, it is showing that, see, it's an infinite execution. It's not being terminated. So this is the wrong one. So we can terminate the program forcefully. So what we will do, we have to set the execution flag equals to false. So for that, I can enter here. Let's assume that execution flag equals to false. Okay. So when there will be no error during the seed reservation, at that point we can turn off the execution flag. Okay. Now again the problem will be there if I will enter the bot seed number or equal to the reserved seeds, at that point also system will be terminated infinite. Correct? So let's run the happy path first. So let's say SP. Then what is your seed number? Let's say 8. At that point, the program has been executed successfully because the execution flag has been set as false. Then the respective message is coming, your seed number 8 has been booked and the program has been terminated. But in the same program, if we'll enter the bot seed number as 4, then that else block will not be executed, right? This portion will be executed. Now in this portion I have not written else execution flag equals to false. So again the infinite loop will be executed. You can see the program is not being terminated. So I can forcefully terminate the program. Now, if I will write the execution flag equals to false, the program will be executed successfully. But what happened after I am entering the same bot seed number? At that point also, system will not ask you what is your next seed number. So for that, what I will do, I will copy this section, my seed number, and I will put here. So each execution, first Python or system will ask what is my seed number or what is your next seed number. Okay. Now let's run this program. So let's say what's your name. Now you can see bot seed number 7. So if you select the 7, at that point this message will come, but again the while loop will be executed, sorry, and then it will ask the my seed number again. So let's say you can see seed has been already booked, then it is asking your next seed number. So program never terminates until you will enter the correct seed number. Okay. So let's say if I will put any seed number between reserved seeds, right? So reserved seeds number is 1, 2 and 3. So if I will enter 3, then it will show the same message, seed has already been booked, but I need to enter the correct seed number. So let's assume that now I will enter the correct seed number, that's 8. Okay, because our bot has selected the seed number 7 and 1, 2, 3 are the reserved seeds. So 8 is the one of the available seed. Let's enter. Then program has been executed successfully as well terminated successfully, and it is showing the success message. Congratulations, your seed number 8 has been booked. So this problem we can resolve using the while loop. So what are the things we have learned? When we write the while loop, the syntax is that while, then put the condition, then colon, then you have to hit the enter, and then you need to maintain the indentation block. Okay. Now another thing is important in Python that is very interesting also. So else also is there for the while. So I can say while else. So generally we know that if else, right? But for a while loop also we can execute the else statement. Now what is the difference here? The else statement into while block or while loop will be executed once when while loop has been executed successfully. So let's assume that if I'll copy this success message from here, then I could print here. So when enter while loop will be executed, at that point the else block will be executed. So let's assume that, let's run the program. Say sp, the seed number, bot has selected seed number 4, I will enter 5, then you can see congratulations, your seed number 5 has been booked. So this has been executed. Now for a learning purpose, let's assume that we are writing break here. So what break will do? Break will terminate the entire while loop, right? Now you can ask me the question at that point that else block will be executed or not, because that is the after execution of the while loop. But break statement actually it terminates the entire while loop. Okay. Now if you run the program, sp, the bot seed number what I have selected 10, correct? Now if I enter 10, then what will happen? You can see seed has been already booked, but the else statement is not being printed. So else statement will be printed when while loop would be executed successfully. So this is just remember. So this while else means it will be executed once after completion of the while loop. Okay. Now I can remove the break statement for now. Now we will learn about the for loop. So what is the for loop? We can say for loop will iterate on the iterable objects or the number of sequence items. So what is iterable object? We will discuss in the next session, but you can say list, tuple, string or number, series of numbers, all those are the iterable objects in Python. So what we will do, let's assume that our problem statement is there. So currently our seed this is our seed number, right? Now, sorry. Now the flight admin wants to see what are the seats already has been booked by the bot and by the passenger, and the reserved seats also. Okay. So if any seat has been booked, we will mark as 0. That means seat is not available. So what would be the expected output? You can see reserved seat is equal to 1, 2, 3. So what would be the output here? 0, 0, 0. Then if bot will selected the seat as 5, then we need to put 0 instead of 5. And if I will select my seat number, it's 8, then I need to place 0 instead of 8. Okay. So this will be the output. So this is the expected result if bot will select the seed number 5 and if I will select the seed number 8, and those 3, 1, 2, 3, those 3 seats are reserved. So this is the problem statement. Now for now I can comment out this line. So let's say I can write here input, and here I can write there output. Okay. Now how we will do that? So for that, what we will do, we will write the for loop here. So for the syntax for, then I can write the variable here. Let's say for set, then in, then range 1 to 11. That is only for the learning purpose. So what is the range function? So this is the Python inbuilt function. What this function will do, it will iterate the numbers, or it will display the numbers between 1 to 11. 1 to 11 means 1 to until 10, not the 11. Okay, just remember this thing. So here you can see the function description as well. Okay, now this is the Python inbuilt function. If I will enter, okay, that I will discuss just few minutes, after few minutes. So let's say print, that is just for our learning purpose, print set. Okay, now run this program. Let's say 5. You can see it will be executed from 1 to 10, not 11. Okay, just to remember. Now if I enter 2, it will display, or it will increment by 2. Okay, so it will display 1, 3, 5, 7 in this way. Let's see. Okay, let's say I will set the 5. You can see 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So 9 plus 2, 11, that will not be executed. So it will be counted until 10. Okay, so this is by the increment, how many numbers they will increment it. Okay, so for now I can remove this one. So now what we will do, we will write the logic here. Okay, what is the logic? If my seat belongs to the reserved seat, we need to put the 0. This first line we need to be corrected. So let's say if what will write seat, then in reserved seat. Already we have discussed this section. We can compare the list operator or the list using the in operator basically. So if seat in reserved seats, then for now what we will do, we will take this use case only. Okay, we need to put 0 for the reserved seats. What we will do, our main list is that the total seats, right? This is our main list where we can define the seat number. Now what we will do, we will write the total seats list, then equals to 0. Then here we will write total seats, then we will write index, then seat. So here you can see what we have written here basically. So let's say if I'll see if the seat is 2, then total seats index of 2. Okay, so what is the index of 2? Index of 2, let's assume that this one. Okay, so in that case index of 2, so that means the index is 1 actually. Index of 2 means the list index is 1. So we will update with the 0 value. So let's run this program. So for now I can write the print statement. Okay, now let's say, okay, just we can write this one, total seats. But another thing I would like to highlight here, so just like while else, we have the similar concept of for else also. This is a new thing in the Python. So I can write here else block and then I can hit the enter. So definitely I need to put the print statement after indentation. So this is very important. So now you can see the else block will be executed only when the for loop will be execute the completion of the for loop execution. Okay, let's run this program. Let's say SP8. You can see this is the message coming, congratulations, number has been booked. Now here what are reserved seats? 1, 2, 3, and in this way we can see 0, 0, 0 it's coming, and most importantly this print message is coming after completion of the execution in the for loop. Now our next use case, if the bot will select the seed number or if I will select the seed number, for those seed number also we need to update with the 0. So here we will write that, let's say if set equals to bot seed number or say is equal to my seed number. Okay, then we are done. So whatever the seed number, based on the seed number, system or the system will find out the index of the list, and for the particular index system will update the value as 0. Let's run the program. SP here bot seed number, let's say 7, I will select let's say 10. Okay, now what will happen? You can see, congratulations, your seed number 10 has been booked. Now first 3 seeds are coming as 0, correct? Now bot has selected the seed number 7, that's why it is coming as 0. I have selected the seed number 10, that's why system has set the 0 value at the last index. So this is the expected result. So admin will be able to understand whatever the value is the 0 on the particular index, those seeds are being booked. And most importantly, that else block will be executed once after the execution of the for loop completion. So now if we look the readme file, what we have learned in the day 8, we learned about while loop and for loop. So what is while loop? While loop will iterate until the condition is met, and as we have discussed, else while else would be executed only once post completion of the while loop execution. What is for loop here? A for loop will iterate through the iterable object or the sequence of the items. We will discuss about the iterable object or the iterator in the next session. Similar concept of there is the for loop, similar concept in for loop also for the else block. So else would be executed only once after for loop execution complete successfully. So that's all for today. Thank you all.